YouTube has been buzzing about Brett Cooper over the past few weeks, and for good reason. She has been a major name in conservative commentary, but now, she has officially left the Daily Wire and, surprisingly, the YouTube channel comment section with Brett Cooper. If you're thinking, wait, isn't that her channel? Nope. Turns out, the wildly successful channel, which has amassed a staggering 4.5 million subscribers, is actually owned by the Daily Wire. And that's where things start to get a lot more complicated than anyone expected.
Some of you have heard the rumors online, and the rumors are mostly true. Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire. It is not true that I am being forced out. It was my own choice to leave.
When Brett announced her departure, she stated that it was her decision, but fans and insiders aren't entirely convinced. Over on TikTok, her followers started a subtle movement, urging her to wear blue if she was under an NDA and unable to speak freely about what really happened. And guess what? She did. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Instead of letting the massive channel fade into obscurity, the Daily Wire simply rebranded it and passed it on to a new host who claimed to have been the producer of the show all along. Yep, the same person who was supposedly behind the scenes is now front and center. Meanwhile, Brett is back at square one, forced to rebuild her platform from scratch. That's a tough pill to swallow for someone who spent 4 years posting videos daily with the help of the Daily Wire's high-end production team. And speaking of the Daily Wire, let's take a moment to acknowledge the media giant at play here. This isn't some small, scrappy company. The Daily Wire is a billion-dollar media powerhouse founded by Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring. From movies and kids' shows to major commentary platforms, they've built an empire, one valued at over $1 billion with projected revenues of $200 million this year. So when they make big moves like this, people pay.
Discuss the comment section at the Daily Wire, because honestly, what was the Daily Wire thinking? This is crazy. They premiered Brett Cooper clone, and it's going about just as you would imagine, meaning it has been an abject failure.
Back to Brett. A few weeks ago, fans noticed something strange. Her producer suddenly began hosting the show in her place. At first, it seemed almost funny because this new host mirrored Brett's style perfectly, her speech patterns, hand gestures, even the way she delivered transitions. The comments were flooded with people saying things like, "Wow, you've nailed everything about Brett." But when this replacement kept appearing again and again, fans grew suspicious. Then, the rumors started flying. Some speculated that the Daily Wire had pushed Brett out, despite the company framing it as a mutual decision. Adding fuel to the fire, Ian Carroll made some explosive claims, suggesting that Brett had clashed with co-founder Jeremy Boring, possibly over the company's culture and the ongoing drama surrounding Candace Owens. According to Carroll, these disagreements may have led to her exit. But that's not all. Carroll also alleged that Brett's own best friend and bridesmaid was offered a lucrative contract to take over the show. If that wasn't shocking enough, there are even reports that the Daily Wire provided acting classes to help her mimic Brett's mannerisms. If true, that's a level of planning and control that feels incredibly calculated.
He got a source from the Daily Wire that gave him an inside scoop on the fact that the Daily Wire is pushing Brett Cooper out, and I was like, and I know who she is. She's great at her job. She does what she does.
Forget just the rumors. Carroll went even further, claiming that Brett was bound by a strict NDA, preventing her from speaking publicly about her departure while the Daily Wire controlled the narrative. This theory aligns perfectly with the wear blue if you're under an NDA TikTok movement. Whether it's true or not, it has only fueled fan speculation. In her farewell video, Brett addressed the situation, kind of. She confirmed that many of the rumors were accurate but insisted that leaving was her own choice. However, she didn't provide any real details about why she made the decision, leaving fans more confused than ever. Even Jeremy Boring made an appearance in the video, calling Brett amazing and wishing her well. But again, there were no concrete details about what led to the split. The entire announcement felt polished, professional, but also hollow.
Bittersweet indeed. We're sad to see Brett go, but we're excited to see her take the next step in her journey. Brett's an amazing talent, both as a personality and as an actress. It's been a pleasure to see her bring the comment section to life these last 3 years.
And here's where things get even more curious. If Brett was truly forced out, Why hasn't she said anything more? Is she choosing to stay silent, or is she legally restricted from speaking out? The lack of transparency has left fans dissecting her every move for hidden messages. But Brett's departure isn't the first time the Daily Wire has faced a major public fallout with its talent. Earlier this year, Steven Crowder, the conservative commentator behind the viral Change My Mind series, had an explosive feud with the company. The Daily Wire reportedly offered him a $50 million deal over 4 years, but Crowder rejected it, calling it a slave contract. His issue? Clauses that would cut his pay if advertisers pulled out or revenue dropped. He went as far as to accuse the company of prioritizing profit over conservative values, even comparing them to big tech. Then there's Candace Owens. Her departure wasn't exactly quiet either. She left after a very public clash with Ben Shapiro over comments she made about Israel. That fallout turned into a spectacle, making people question what's really going on behind the scenes at the Daily Wire. Brett's exit may not have been as dramatic, but it's still raising eyebrows, especially when you look at the bigger pattern.
It shouldn't have been so personalized. The whole thing, the whole set, everything was catered around Brett, and she built that channel up. If the plan was to keep the comment section as like a rotating host and have it as a set designated show on Daily Wire, then like I said before, it shouldn't have been that personalized. It should have been more.
But Brett's fans haven't stopped investigating. They've been piecing together clues Sherlock Holmes style, and some of what they've found is pretty revealing. For instance, Brett has been deleting wedding photos from her Instagram that featured the woman who is now hosting her old show. Not only that, but she also unfollowed that person, the Daily Wire accounts, and even Jeremy Boring. However, she still follows other Daily Wire hosts, which only adds to the mystery. So, what's really going on? Until Brett spills the details, all we have are breadcrumbs. But let's zoom out for a second. This situation reflects a much bigger issue in the media landscape. Years ago, if you wanted to be a commentator, you had to climb the corporate ladder at major networks like Fox News or CNN. Even if you made it, you didn't own your work, your ideas, your voice, and even your face became company property. YouTube was supposed to change that. It allowed creators to own their content outright. But somehow, old media practices are creeping back in. The Daily Wire, for instance, operates like a traditional media company, investing massive resources into talent but retaining full ownership. It's a model that mirrors the very legacy media structures YouTube was meant to disrupt. And it's not just the Daily Wire. Look at BuzzFeed's Hot Ones, a YouTube show that became so popular, it was eventually sold for $82 million. That's what happens when creators don't own their work. For Brett, the top comments on her farewell video say it all: people weren't watching for the channel, they were watching for her. She was the comment section.
That being said, I am incredibly excited for and happy for and glad to see her have control over her own brand and direction and her own plans and what's to come in 2025. Her new YouTube channel that she just launched has over 200,000 subscribers and no video.
But this isn't the end for Brett. She may have lost a channel with 4.5 million subscribers, but she's walking away with something far more valuable: her audience. Fans don't stay loyal to companies, they stay loyal to people. And that loyalty will follow Brett wherever she goes. At just 22 years old, she has her entire career ahead of her. If she chooses to go independent, she'll be in full control of her work and in a much stronger position to build something truly her own. What do you think about Brett's next chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more crazy updates on the biggest stories out there. See you in the next one.